The single greatest financial decision that you can make for your child right now is on the board behind me, and I'm going to show you. Contribute $100 a month into a compound interest account. That is not a savings account. It's not stocks. It's not a CD. It is definitely not a 529 college savings plan. It's an MPI account. You put $100 a month from age 1 to 22. That's $20,000. It ends up being worth nearly $66,000. Now let's pretend that they go to college from 18 to 22. The average student loan debt, $30,000. But in the MPI account, we've got around $66,000. So what do you do when you have $30,000 of debt and $66,000 of cash in your MPI account? Because MPI protects your money, compounds your money, and then adequately distributes your money, the answer is not what you think. This is not a trick question. There's only one answer that makes the most financial sense. Come back for video 2 and I'll give you the answer.
So I read this thing on Facebook where you take 100 pack of envelopes and you number them 1 through 100, which I've already done, and then you like shuffle them. I'm very bad at shuffling. It's hard to shuffle envelopes. Cards I'm very good at shuffling. So you shuffle them, blah, 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 whatever. And then twice a week or once a week, whatever works best for you, you pick a number. So this is 4. So this week I'm going to put $4 in this envelope. And by the time you have picked all 100 envelopes, you will have $5,050 saved. So this is what I'm doing for 2021. And I'm going to do it twice a week. So there's some financial advice for next year. Let's do it.
Have you guys ever sold a position way too early only to start see it flying after you sold it? Today, I'm going to show you guys how to take profits the right way. So let's say, for example, you bought 100 shares of a stock at $1. So the price target for the stock is $1.20 and the stop loss is 95 cents. So the trade would end up giving us a 4-to-1 reward to risk ratio. So now say, for example, the stock goes up and it reaches $1.20. So now instead of selling all 100 shares that you originally bought, you'd only sell 50% of your position. And you would also increase the stop loss to $1.15. So this allows you to take profits, but it also covers yourself if the stock begins to fall. But now you're playing with the house's money. And the stock goes crazy and it goes all the way to $1.50 now. And remember, you're still holding 50% of your original position. So now you'd sell another 50% of what you were holding and then increase the stop loss once more. So now if it hits $2, you still get a piece of the action. Follow, like, and share. Thank you.
Hey, someone just commented saying that they're going to buy a house next year. You have any advice?
Yes, do not put a down payment on a house if you're not required to. It could cost you millions of dollars.
Why?
Let me show you. Always do the smallest down payment possible. As an example, you're 25 years old buying your first house at 3% interest. You're going to do a 20% down payment like everyone tells you. That's $60,000. Your monthly mortgage is $1,000. You're going to pay around $124,000 of interest and your house is paid off. But what did you get? Zero compounding, zero retirement income. Let's do it my way. Smallest down payment, let's say 3%, $9,000 going to down payment, but now you have $51,000 to compound. $1,200 a month in mortgage, and you're going to pay this much interest, a little bit more, but your house is still paid off. But now you have up to $894,000 in compounding, $89,000 tax-free retirement income, and up to $3 million in total retirement income. I'm Curtis Ray. Seriously, always be compounding.
Today we're going to talk about the 5 rules of wealth. If you want to grow wealthy, follow these simple steps. Rule number 1, pay yourself first. If you want to grow a multi-million-dollar retirement, pay yourself 10 to 20% of your take-home pay and get that in an account. Number 2 is compound your money and get your money in an account that is compounding no less than 7%. Number 3, protect your investments. Either allocate conservatively or get it into an account that won't lose money. Number 4, maximize safe leverage. What that means is get other people's money working for you. Number 5, sharpen your financial habits and increase your financial knowledge. You do this and you can grow wealthy. Remember, it's not what you make, it's what you do with what you make.
Here's another strategy for mothers. This is a part 2. A lot of jobs in general where you can work from home, so I'll give you a few of those right now. Amazon.com under virtual locations. Conduent.com for virtual chat support and various other online careers. Apple.com for virtual at-home chat advisors. And last but not least, it's Lionbridge.com for virtual raters and testers.
What was that one best financial advice that you've heard that had a very big impact in your life? I'll start. For me, it was that my finance teacher once said to me that before you actually invest or start a business, you should have an emergency fund and insurance first. Because that way, you won't have to think about too much risks because you have a safety net. Because if you have an emergency fund, you can allow yourself to not get salaries in the first 6 to 12 months of your business. And if you get sick or any emergencies, you have your insurance to protect you and your family members as well. So before you risk it all in a business or a startup, have yourself protected first by insurance and having an emergency fund. It also follows if you want to start a farm.
Have you guys ever bought into a stock and it starts to fall as soon as you buy it? Today I'm going to teach you guys how to buy into stock the right way. So let's say, for example, you're willing to put $1,000 to a position. All right, you see the stock trading at $1, you see resistance at $1.50, and you set a stop loss for anything below 85 cents. So this trade would end up giving us a 3.3 to 1 reward to risk ratio. So instead of buying in with your full $1,000 while the stock trades at $1, your first trade is only 50% of your entire position. So you're only buying in with $500 worth. Here's why. So since you bought with 50% at $1 and you set your parameters, you still have 50% of your position remaining. So now what this does is it allows you to buy more stock as the price falls. So now instead of wishing you had more money to average down, this way you actually do in a more intelligent manner. This is called scaling in. Follow, like, and share. Thank you.
So this is a video for people 30 and older. If you're not 30 and older, keep scrolling. So I'm thinking about opening the spot, but you need to be 30 plus to get in. We only play music made before the year 2000. All employees are certified life coaches. The prime time to show up at the bar is 7 p.m. and we close by 10 p.m. All drinks will be laced with ibuprofen and we serve free hummus. I think this bar will be a success. If you have any other ideas, just write them in the comments, but this is like my kind of spot.
Career advice from a financial psychologist. Do not take out a bunch of student loans until you do this. Go to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics website. Look for their occupational employment statistics. Find out the annual mean wage of the career you're considering. College is a business decision. For example, the average childcare worker makes $25,000 a year, while the average dental hygienist makes $77,000 a year. So if you're going to be choosing a career and taking on student debt, make sure it's worth it.
You know, you got to totally throw yourself into the business. And you got to be willing. You know, I used to stay up sometimes all night because I didn't have the money to hire nobody. I physically would paint apartments and stay up all night getting a place ready because I had an inspection the next day. You got to cross the line in life. If you really want to make it and you ain't got a bunch of money, you're not born rich, you got to cross the line. You got to go where nobody else wants to go. You got to work the hours nobody else wants the hours. You know, I neglected my kids when I was young, but I did it knowing that I was trying to benefit them for their future. So yeah, my kids may have missed out on, you know, Boy Scouts or, you know, some of the sports activities or whatever, and I feel bad about that, but in the long run it paid off because now, you know, they're set. Yeah. You know, and you got to make decisions in life. If you really, really want to be wealthy, you gotta go further than the average guy next to you.
This is a quick reminder that money is everywhere. Some people will pay $5,000 for a Gucci handbag. There are people out there that will drop $2 million on a vacation home, not their primary home, a vacation home. And some people out there will spend $2,000 on a meal. So if you're doubting your ability to create wealth, look around you, girl. There's no shortage of money in this world. It's abundant and it's everywhere. And it's totally available to you. If you like this, follow for more insights like this.
What I'm about to say will not be approved by your financial planner, your CPA. In fact, no one in the financial world is going to like what I'm about to tell you. But then again, if you listen to them and you like them, you'll never become financially free. So one of my rules is never take advice from someone who's broke when it's financial. Don't take financial advice from someone that isn't where you want to be. So, Lynn, you've asked a really good question here. Let's say that I've got $50,000. And I can either buy one house with 50 grand, or boom, 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 or I can buy two houses with 25 grand each. What's better in real estate? One home earning 30% a year, or 2 homes each earning 30% a year. Not all my eggs in one basket, less risky.